We won today. We 8-4 now. But we lost our quarterback, Jimmy G, out for the season. So, what can we do? What are we going to do? And there was a question to Cal today. Hey, Damon Lee. There was a question to Cal today. Why TC's in the building?
What's up, John? Oh, I love the John. Corey. I saw the other comment. Never mind. What's up, Corey? Yeah, what's up? So you guys got the win with Brock Purdy after all.
Yep. But now it's gonna be tough.
The elephant in the room. We know he got hurt. Yeah, that's sad to hear Jimmy got hurt.
Yeah. There was they asked Kyle this question today. If they would bring back Trey Lance, he said we can't.
So not you guys just signed Josh Johnson, so that's a good indicator you probably aren't going to bring him back. It's going to be entirely Brock Purdy now, I guess. Carrying from here on out.
Yep.
So now it gets complicated moving forward. I'll say that much for the Niners.
Yep.
I know what was complicated was finishing a tie. Unfortunately, tying with Washington.
Oh yeah, I was like, oh man.
The kicker, it doinked off the crossbar and hit the floor. It doinked off the crossbar. That we almost won, but it hit.
Yeah, I went right now. I'm 8-4-1.
Me too. But if the Cowboys win here and the Bucks win tomorrow, I'll be 11-4 at best. No.
Yep. Me too.
No, 10-4 because I forgot the tie.
10-4.
14 game. Yeah, the tie.
10-4. I won.
The Cowboys have to win this for me and the Bucks, so yeah, I go 10-4.
My man, David McNews.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, David?
What's going on, man? What's up with that tie, dude? Come on, man.
You got a tie? Yeah.
No,
I thought you were. I thought somebody was wearing a tie, but
yeah. Yeah.
Well, the wind blew in our way, and the kicker doinked it on the middle. The ball hit the crossbar. That was bad luck. We should have won that game 4 times, but the Slayton dropped it and fucking these PI calls again came in. And also that 4th down was the real killer right there. That let him come back. That 4th down one, we had the game right there, but he got it. But now we got to play the Eagles. Now it's a harder matchup next week. And also, I had to go on a little discussion rant on my story earlier about my situation moving forward for the Giants.
Well, I mean, but when it comes to signing Josh Johnson, so this guy's been cut and signed by so many teams. It's not even funny.
He's a journeyman, that's why.
And I mean, when it comes to Trey Lance, it's one of those wait and see type of scenarios. Because Javon Kinlaw, who I thought he possibly could be one of the 2 guys we bring off of IR, has liquid in his knee again.
Damn.
So I think at this point, if you're going to bring in a defensive tackle, sign Sheldon Richardson, leave him on IR. Leave Kinlaw on IR. And then you still have 2 spots. You can still bring back Trey Lance and Elijah Mitchell.
Hey, listen, you might be able to get Javon Kinlaw for the wild card round too, so you never know.
Yeah.
And save him for if you guys somehow sneak in the playoffs, even with Brock Purdy as a quarterback.
But David, Grant Cohen asked Kyle Shanahan.
But you know what the bad news is? The Seahawks won, so now they're a game behind, I think.
Yep. But you know what,
Seattle.
Grant Cohen asked Kyle Shanahan about bringing Trey Lance, and he said we can't do it. So I don't know if it's a rule thing, but Kyle Shanahan said we can't do it.
Well, maybe he's protecting Trey Lance because he doesn't want to rush it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to put an inexperienced quarterback in the middle of a situation. Yeah. He's experienced, but not.
That's 100% what we got going on right now. But I mean, Brock Purdy, wasn't he a 4-year starter?
No, he's a rookie this year.
No, I'm saying for in college, wasn't he a full-time 4-year?
Yeah,
I think he was.
Yeah, Brock Purdy. Yeah.
Yeah, Danny Gray tweeted, "Thank God for what's about to happen."
Look what Damian Lee said. Oh wow! If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Damn. So what does that make Ryan Fitzpatrick then?
And Fitzpatrick is on Prime, dude. I don't think he's gonna want to give that gig up to come back.
I don't know, but he's been passed around as well to a lot of teams. He's been a journeyman on a lot of teams, so yeah.
So my total, I added up my whole from week 1 to week 12, 13. Wait, week 12. We on 13. And
yeah, we're on 13.
I'm 109, 75, and I already counted the time.
I'm 112 now. I got to 112. If the Cowboys win this, I'll go to 113. So yeah, I'll be 113 if they win this.
I don't know where I'm at. I haven't done my total count yet.
No, I do total. That's what I got my YouTube channel for, to keep track of it also. I'm at 112 so far.
Yeah, I'm at 109, 75, and I counted today's tie.
And also,
already.
Yeah, also, I just cracked 901 wins already. I'm only 100 wins away from 1,000 total wins throughout the last 6 years.
So, Corey, if it's a tie, is it a loss?
I just count it as a tie.
Yeah, we just count it as its own category. That's what I do. I count it as its own separate category.
That's all I do. I count it as a tie.
Yep. That's 2 ties in the year I got.
You can't say the team won.
This year.
You can't say the team lost.
Yeah, exactly. There's no in between, so it's just its own category. Even though most teams take it like a loss, you technically didn't lose at the same time or won. From a moral standpoint, it feels like you lost, but you technically didn't. That's what both Washington and the Giants, Washington and the Giants were both feeling at the end. Both quarterbacks said at the end, I'm more likely taking this game as a loss, personally, if I'm being honest.
Well, from another standpoint, that's what's Seattle's record here?
They're 7-5, but we're the 7th seed right now. We're currently the 7th seed since we have less losses than Washington right now. So yeah. So now after the win, they moved to the 6th seed right now, Seattle.
Lisa Ann.
Oh wow.
Yep. And then it's gonna be tough season for the Niners now. Moving forward, we can get up to, I don't know. I'm looking. I hope we can get past Seattle and win, beat them.
Yeah, that's a Thursday night game. That's the next Thursday night, week 15.
Yep.
On that Thursday night matchup, yeah. That's practically going to probably decide the division right there. If Brock Purdy's playing.
Yep. Just hate that we got this injury. I know. I wonder who's coordinators. Which one of our coordinators? I mean, not our coordinators are those kind of people.
Wait, what?
What we call us? Us talkers. I can't think of call them. Like, supposedly my 49ers talkers.
Mm-hmm.
How many of them are happy that Jimmy is
Yeah,
there?
because half of your fan base don't like Jimmy, and they're selfish enough to want him to lose that. Yeah, those selfish fans, I know.
And right now it looks like it's gonna be Jimmy last. This game was his last game.
No, unless the reports are true about them wanting to bring him back. That's what I heard.
Well, we'll see what happens there. I'm not.
That's what the
I'm
reports
not
are
necessarily. Now I am against it because I don't like having the team divided. You know, because Trey Lance is our guy. You guys should be all in on him. Period. It don't matter who's the backup. I don't care if it's the guy that was there before. But now we have Brock Purdy, who's going to get some experience, and we're going to see what he has. And if he does really good, then why bring back Jimmy G? What would be the point? You have two quarterbacks on cheap quarterback deals. Why even think about bringing Jimmy G back when you have these two guys?
And if anything, you might as well allocate all that money to getting some interior linemen, if that's the case, just to improve the pass blocking and running. Yeah, and I just spent that money on the corner depth as well. So yeah.
Say some miracle that.
I mean, that's practically what you do. Yeah.
Say some
allocate
miracle,
all that money.
Say some miracle that Brock Purdy gets us in the Super Bowl and wins. Now,
gets you what? He gets you to a winning record. Oh, then you start him over Trey Lance. Then you could look for a person. You could trade Trey Lance then, if you found your next franchise quarterback.
Yeah, that's my question. Will we do that?
If Brock Purdy ends up turning into some crazy scenario, but I wouldn't get my hopes up. It's only one game.
Boy, John,
hey, I've missed a few of your streams.
But exactly, it's only one game. I mean, we can't tell what he is yet.
Yeah. Well, I'm back, Corey, because I've been sick with the flu. I've not had the flu in a long time, and I forgot how miserable it is. But what's up, man? What's up, everybody?
Yeah, John Jay, we were discussing too.
A hypothetical situation, yeah.
Well, speaking of quarterbacks, I don't really watch Lawrence Jackson, but his channel popped in and I watched his video, and he is who he is. I respect the dude. He went off on Jimmy Garoppolo, which a lot of 49er fans do that. I get it. I get it. I get his frustration. I get it. But at the end of the day, I don't know if he has prejudice when it comes to Jimmy Garoppolo, because I know some fans have prejudice. I hope he doesn't. But I don't hate Lawrence Jackson, but he was telling about, if you want to say things, nice about Jimmy, yada, yada, you're not a 49er fan, yada, yada. And again, I'm not trying to start anything, but everyone is entitled to their own opinion. I wouldn't put it that way when it comes to the quarterback situation. Again, Jimmy's gone. He's done. This game, he's done.
He is.
He's gone. Okay, because number one, the thing that pisses me off from Jimmy Garoppolo is that how a guy is so brittle. Like in 2018, an ACL injury, but then in 2020, 2 high ankle sprains. Last year, 2 calf, sprains, broke his finger, and busted his shoulder. I don't know why Jimmy gets hurt, but I was listening to Julian Edelman this offseason, and
Okay.
I saw his video again, and it's confirmed everything that is 100%, but no one's going to talk about it because everyone has their own agenda. Where Tom Brady got suspended for the flat footballs,
The flag game, yeah.
and Jimmy Garoppolo played 2 games, and he got hurt in the start of the 3rd game, and then Jacoby Brissett played, and Jacoby broke his finger, like his throwing finger. He couldn't throw the football, and Jimmy Garoppolo was practicing, and then he decided for last minute, because he hurt his shoulder, I don't want to play. And then Bill Belichick, one of his assistants, and again, I'm not a fan of Colin Cowherd, but when I have to listen to Colin Cowherd be the voice of reason, an executive said that when Jimmy practiced on New England, no one touched Jimmy Garoppolo, because when quarterbacks have the red shirt, you don't tackle them.
Yeah, the red shirt or any player.
They didn't even sack him. He dropped back and throw the football. The defense didn't do that. So the guy is just like an injury, like an injury prone dude. And it's sad that again, I don't like Colin Cowherd. I don't know if anyone likes Colin Cowherd, but when Colin Cowherd is the voice of reasoning, of course he says a lot of dumb things about how good Jimmy Garoppolo is. He's a little bit
a lot of dumb things, but yeah.
But that was the only time where Colin Cowherd made sense. Oh wow, no wonder. So yeah. I've seen this so many times. I know David and Corey are way older than me, but I've seen this. I remember the Jeff Garcia team. Brian and I disagree, but we could have kept Jeff Garcia. They could have paid him a little bit extra. I know Terrell Owens had his
issues
with the Niners, but he speaks fondly of the Niners all the time. Like when someone says, Terrell Owens, tell us about you. Oh, I love playing with Mariucci. I love playing with Garcia. And someone asked him, there was friction. Oh, that was all media stuff. Like the one time there was a game where I was really angry at Garcia and we had some personal stuff and I said some things, but they have a lot of respect for one another. But unfortunately, that team was dissolved. And then Erickson and then Mike Nolan and then Singletary. Mostly Singletary is known for I took my pants down. If you're old enough to remember that. And then we brought in Harbaugh, and I knew Harbaugh's relationship with the Niners were gonna when we signed him. I said, all right, this guy is not finishing his contract. I knew in my heart, and I was right. So when Jimmy got hurt, I'm like, okay, I've seen Jimmy. This happens to Jimmy all the time. I'm not angry. I'm not sad. I really don't care. But then I was like, watch Brock Purdy with all the weapons. He plays good. Everyone on social media and on Rumble, Brock Purdy's so good. Brock Purdy's so good. Watch. If Brock Purdy is the guy for the rest of the year and say somehow we don't win any more games,
they're going to want him gone and cry for Jimmy.
It's because fans, they're going
to cry for Jimmy.
I don't want to sound. No, they're not going to do that. I don't
no, fuck all that. Tell it like it is.
I'm trying to say that, but you keep cutting me off.
Sorry.
The definition of insanity is a 49ers fan.
It's true.
Because I've been on YouTube for 2 years, and I never knew, and this is sad. Again, I don't want to sound like an asshole. They don't live here. Okay? Grant Cohen says he's from Oakland. I don't really believe that. I am from Oakland. I grew up in Oakland. I know what Oakland is. I've never seen the nice part of Oakland. Maybe I've never been to the nice part of Oakland, but I've been to Oakland. It's not safe. A girlfriend of mine who I dated who lived in Oakland, her house has those bars.
Those metal frames, yeah.
So and everybody else like CG, he lives in Central California, and then so it's kind of funny, like, because if you come to San Francisco, you talk about the 49ers, they'll tell you the same thing. Oh man, with all this podcast and YouTube people are insane on the internet. So, like, but again, like, I love this team, but I've never seen hatred, and they call themselves 49ers, man. And that's the reason why I'm done appealing to the Jimmy supporters and Jimmy non-supporters. It's just a losing battle, and I've lost fans from that. So it is what it is. It's just like everyone came in, we're gonna destroy the Dolphins. Everything's good. Jimmy gets hurt, and everyone's like, crap. And then Brock Purdy plays well. We're going to the Super Bowl with Brock Purdy. It's one game. I remember.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember when Colin Kaepernick came in after Alex Smith got his concussion, but the concussion wasn't serious. But Jim Harbaugh was like, "We're running with Kaepernick." He had the balls, and he said, "I'm going with Kaepernick for the rest of the year." Kaepernick went 5-2, I think, and then the following year, we made it to the I think that was the year we went to the Super Bowl. We lost in the Super Bowl. Then the following year, we went 12-4. We had to play Seattle. And then the following year, oh my gosh, bye, and then it was back. Like, that's who.
Okay, so let's talk about Brock Purdy for a minute. So he has all these weapons around him.
Mm-hmm.
All he's got to do is a good job of managing the game.
Mm-hmm.
Game manage.
And here I go with my Jimmy G speech. He's got one job.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Here it is.
Yep.
Right? I mean, it's the same thing.
But
Jimmy
didn't we
G.
say that? Didn't we say that with Nick Mullins when he blew out the Raiders 34, and then Brett Favre, like,
Oh my God,
put salt on the wound? Like, he called them, exactly when they were interviewing him on NFL Network. Oh, Brett Favre's calling me, so he put him on speaker, and Brett Favre was saying, "Yeah, Niners, you guys got yourself a Brett Favre. I'm telling you right now, that game."
He played you.
oh my God. But let's be realistic. It is only one game. But with all the weapons the kid has around him, I mean, he doesn't have to be great. He just has to do his job.
Competency.
Use the weapons around him. Run the ball. I mean, dude, that's what Jimmy G was doing. Think about it. That's what Jimmy G was doing. He was using the weapons around him, handing the ball off. That's what he was doing. And that's what Brock Purdy has to do. I mean, you don't have to be a great quarterback to actually be winning games on this team because of how talented this team is. So, I mean, I honestly think it can work out. What the shit? Did he line up on the guard? No, he lined up on the center. Okay.
Oh, you're watching the game.
But, sorry. It looked like he lined up with his hands under the guard for a second. But, and I mean, yeah, he just has to do exactly what Jimmy was doing.
Yep. Yeah, and
But here,
yeah,
it's not hard to do what Jimmy's doing, especially if you're able to move around the pocket like a Joe Burrow.
and yeah, and he was doing that. Like, basically, the pocket was breaking down many times, and Brock Purdy showed why he's a rookie when he threw that interception and got sacked twice. He's a rookie. Like, 7 round picks are not like the top tier premier college prospects. Those are the first rounds, and even those players, 75% of from pick 1 to 32 are going to be bust. Okay, that's why the majority when you listen to like your team, 3rd round talent, 4th round talent, the best draft picks I've always said are in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round, because a lot of 1st round talent fall down there, which pushes 2nd round talent into the 3rd round, which pushes 3rd round talent to the 4th round. because
Dude, Matt Ryan just threw the best 50-50 ball, and that receiver came up with it.
Yep. And at the end of the day, I blame Kyle Shanahan. And I remember some non-49er fan criticized me, calling me I'm delusional. Kyle's really good. All his coaches, yada yada. Yeah, his coaches,
What's up, Niner Wolfcast?
his assistant coaches have become coaches. Now
That's the Minko next year. Yeah.
every coach, even the ones who have passed away, like the legends of the game.
Mhm.
The first thing they do is they draft a quarterback. Back in the day, everyone knew. This is before the league changed. The quarterback was a running back, and you remember this, YTC. Jonas and I were discussing this on this channel. The running backs used to be durable.
Mhm.
Now, for whatever the reason, the running backs after the age of 25, 26, they cash in their money and then they get hurt at 20.
They get hurt, exactly. That's why running backs are an expendable position when you can just invest that money around the line.
Look at Frank Gore. Like, Alex Smith was not considered the best quarterback, but Frank Gore made him look really good.
The same shit happened. Go ahead.
When Kaepernick had Frank Gore, he looked really good. And Frank Gore came off some severe injuries in Miami. But he had a longevity. And even after, when the Niners thought, he was washed up at 31, he still had good success with the Colts. And then he bounced around the teams in the the AFC East before he retired.
Mhm.
So, but now everyone knows your first priority is a quarterback.
For sure.
Your first priority is a quarterback. Why? Because you cannot find many, and when you are gambling, and it's the same thing with Trey Lance. Like the nonsense, Trey Lance is going to be Patrick Mahomes. You better be right, because if he's a bust, and I have
look more stupid. That's all.
I defend Trey Lance. We cannot put this kid on a pedestal, because guess what? The last time he played a lot of games was 2019. Next year will be 4 years of no football. That is sad to say. And but if you say that to the people who hate Jimmy Garoppolo, you're not a 49er fan no more. It's the reality.
I mean, it's common football reality. Just look at the Packers where Jordan Love right now currently with their nuts. They didn't give him any time to work around.
Dude, I have known you for a year and a half, YTC. I would rather have Daniel Jones, because what the dude can do on the Niners with his running ability, I don't.
Yeah, he's a sick.
But you're right. I saw your receivers dropping footballs in the Commanders game. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Why are you dropping the football? Perfect. Down.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god. And also, that one play Richie James ran into Saquon? That was also a killer right there, because you just blocked DJ from running the pocket and getting a first down on that 4th and 3 situation. He was going to run it. It's just that they ran in front of him, and then basically they gave the defensive tackle enough time to get behind DJ and wrap him up. That's why.
Does anyone know who number 3 on the Cowboys is?
Cavante Turpin? I don't know.
He just got carted off, and he's got a towel over his head.
Yeah. But
now that Cowboys fans have to come in here. Hey, don't talk
listen, especially with Debo, Kittle, and they're all upgrades over our current situation right now. I would agree for sure. Mm-hmm. He's competent enough not to fuck it up since you have a good run game. So yeah.
And also, I also heard that your defense sacked the quarterback 4 times. That's good.
Yeah, Thibodeau got to him, and that was what all our pass rushers playing in one single game together. Aziz, Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence, and Jihad, all of them playing together. Mm-hmm. Healthy. That's what we need when we're healthy. That's exactly what I've been saying.
You come on in here, Brian. You come on in here.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I've been saying all year. Once we get those guys healthy, thank God we're replacing the turf next year. With grass, hopefully.
Yeah, and Nick Bosa last week, because I was sick. Apparently, he was talking with Rich Eisen, and I like Rich Eisen.
Same here. I do.
He doesn't clickbait, because he has real legitimate conversation. He likes George Kittle.
He also loves DJ, but yeah.
Nick Bosa was telling when we were in 2020, when we went to to MetLife Stadium, we're playing the Jets, and he got carted off, after the ACL tear. The first person who called Nick Bosa, and again, I can't believe this is going to come out of my mouth because I'm not a big fan of the Yorks, was Jed York. And Nick Bosa said, Jed York asked me, how am I doing? And Nick Bosa was like, I wish that we had grass in every NFL stadium. And this is 2020, and I don't think anyone knows the story. And then he said that when he came back in 2021, the first person he spoke to, and again, Nick Bosa, he's a saint. I give him his props. Went up to Jed York. Hey, Jed York, can you put like good natural grass on Levi Stadium? For whatever the reason.
Hey.
CG, what's up? But yeah, go ahead.
So whatever happened, they didn't do it. But then Nick Bosa, during the preseason, he said, hey, I know this is way overdue, but in 2023, we're going to invest on the best grass out there
Hell yeah.
49ers. And I'm like, it took you that long?
I said the same thing.
After I praised York, I hated him again. It took him that long to realize, yeah, we need to put, because the grass that they're using is a very strong, matty, kind of like sharp grass, which I don't know what that means, which makes a lot of sense why our players get hurt. And I've been saying this for the last few years. But anyway.
But yeah, I agree for sure. As long as you don't get turf around, that's all I don't care what grass it is, as long as it's not turf.
But now, like, all those stadiums, like the Lions, Atlanta, LA.
They're indoor, so it's easy to maintain grass. They're indoor.
Let's see. I think New Orleans. I think New Orleans also, like those stadiums are going to be a problem.
I know, but yeah, because they're domes basically, and for grass, yeah, they're domes, and you can't grow any grass, with no sunlight, yeah.
Oh man!
Without any sunlight to maintain it, but yeah.
So CG Ruthless 49ers YouTube channel is about to hit 700. Let's get him to 700 people.
His other channel?
Yeah, his other channel is, dude. In a short amount of time, this guy has rebuilded his new channel. Brand. Yeah, and he's done. Hey, and again, I know CG's not gonna like this, but he took a little bit of my advice. He's busting his butt. He's doing the NFC West roundtable. Again, I'm not an Eagles fan. I don't like the Eagles, but he's working with the Eagles. He's doing something. So
I'll say much, yeah.
Props. And even though I do roast him and mess about him about being an Eagles fan, it's all love, man. It's all joking. But
I mean, I still fuck with you, CG. It's not CG. Yeah. It's still, friendship and shit. That I don't mind you hanging with the Eagles. I just joke around with you with that.
Now I'm not gonna lie. I do talk to BPS, and BPS. Oh my gosh, he is an Eagles fan.
Also, I know, but here's what I find funny. He confronts you to confront me when he can't just confront me himself. That's the one thing I find funny in this whole situation.
Well, like he popped in on your channel like a while ago, and then he hasn't showed up yet.
No, on a consistent basis, not every now and then. Yeah. You can't just come and say to my face about talk trash to my team. But yeah, we're playing them next week, so I'm going to that game next week. I cannot wait. That stadium's going to be packed next week.
All right. I can't believe
games are important.
I can't believe TRL rooted for the Seahawks.
I wanted to root for the Rams because we should have went to. I know we were both rooting for the Seahawks because you guys wanted to we'll get 2 games ahead of Seattle for the division title because now they're a game behind now after the win.
Oh man, that was so funny.
Yeah, I was hoping the Rams won that game.
Me too. Because Seattle has a tiebreaker over us, so I wanted the Rams to pull an upset.
Man, that's so funny. TRL was like, "Let's go, Geno Smith." He said, "Fuck the Rams." My bad. I didn't mean to cuss.
That was hilarious, but yeah.
So.
Yeah.
This is what I did in my pick'ems. I got New England, the Buffalo right. They beat New England. I got Pittsburgh right. I was wrong with Chicago and Green Bay.
I got that right. So yeah.
I was right with Detroit and Jacksonville.
Detroit, damn right I was, yeah.
Minnesota,
Detroit
I
versus
got that
everybody.
right.
Every time I hear the word Detroit, Don
They
Burke.
blew the crap out of the Jaguars today, 40 to
my
14.
I wish I never met Don Burr. Like, he just,
Blame Michael
And, I
and
got Minnesota
Rondo for
right.
some reason, but yeah.
And then with y'all game, it was a tie.
Tie, yeah. If only the thing didn't hit the crossbar, we should have had a win right there.
like Corey, you have a spammer. Corey, you have
Who's that?
a spammer.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Those bot accounts.
Yeah,
Hold up.
block those things before.
yeah.
Before it becomes a Michael.
Come on.
Yeah. That's the thing. One thing, Corey, when your channel gets bigger, you get all these little.
Yeah,
things.
Oh yeah, shout out to Niners Nation. You guys showed up on my stream. I got 1.6K on that stream. Total views. You guys showed up again, so yeah.
Yeah, dude, I was just messing around.
I was looking at something else too. I just came back.
I was just messing around, man, because
I know you were.
About the joke.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, but you said you got 3 subscribers, so you're welcome.
No, I actually got 6 out of it. I got the 3.7K now after that stream. I'm at 3.7K now. I just need 300 from 4,000 now.
I need 4 more. And
Dude, that was crazy. You had 30-something people watching. That's kind of nuts.
Actually, 41. Actually, that was the most I saw. At the most, at one point, 41. That's what I saw.
And see the most.
So, yeah.
The most I've ever had, and like it's an old stream, is when I did the Javon Kinlaw and Grant Cohen, and I went for like 2 hours. That was a long stream for me. I went for 2 hours. I wasn't planning, but I got at one point 89 people at one point. That was
Damn. Well, that's still more than what I had on my stream.
But it's because Grant Cohen's name was there, so the majority of people were popping in, and they were all like, "Yo, Niners dude, like you don't know what you're talking about. Grant Cohen is a good dude."
The Coneheads.
Wow.
The Coneheads, yeah.
And again, I don't hate Grant Cohen. He's just annoying. Like he's that younger brother who is a know-it-all, but at the same time he acts a fool. So, like I said, I don't even bother bringing him up. I don't even care about him.
Yeah, at this point, you just focus on what your craft. At this point,
like I said, like I say it all the time. Like this is not a clickbait channel. This is not if you don't like my opinions, it's not for you.
It's not for everybody, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm not doing this because I'm better than this person on the internet, or I'm not doing that. I love this team, and again, do I have biases? Yes. Have I supported Jimmy Garoppolo? Yes. Have I criticized? Oh, hell yes. But it's like, oh, don't criticize Jimmy Garoppolo. Like I remember one time I posted a Garoppolo video after the Panthers game, and there was a dude, and he called David Karen McNew.
Mm-hmm. I will say though, yeah. No,
I remember that.
For sure. I've been very impartial with my own quarterback, so yeah. For moving forward.
The Jimmy people, they are who they are. The anti-Jimmy people are. I'm like, God damn, I'm like, sheesh.
I support my QB even if I know he ain't it.
Yeah. Yep.
So with Philadelphia in that Tennessee game, I got that wrong.
They blew the fuck out of. They blew the fuck out of Tennessee.
Yes, they did.
And then I got right with Baltimore against Denver. Houston and Cleveland, I got Cleveland right.
I saw Giants Nation. He's like, come on,
and I got Seattle right.
He's like, your team is trash.
And I got our game right. Then Kansas City, I got wrong. I picked KC. Cincinnati won that one. And I picked the Chargers over the Raiders. And the Raiders won. And if tonight, I picked Cowboys. If I win there.
There's Lawrence right there.
Yeah,
what up, buddy?
246.
Hey,
Lawrence, I saw your video, man. Great passion, man. Great passion, Lawrence.
CG said he's coming in to be a special guest on the round check Monday.
Yeah,
So
That's cool.
tomorrow.
the round check.
I'll be on there with you.
Yeah,
Platform, if you'd like to, you can come on in here.
yeah. Platform of Lawrence Jackson.
Yeah. No, I'm going to timestamp that reaction I had on Washington. I'm definitely timestamping those because I'm making a compilation by the end of the year of me ranting and celebrating. So yeah, I'm making a compilation.
I know. Hey, at the end of the day, like someone told me this. If you're not authentic, people hate that BS, and I'm the same way. People are gonna like some of my opinions, and they're gonna hate some of my opinions. I know Lawrence Jackson, who's in the building, he'll probably hate this, but have I praised Jimmy Garoppolo? Yes, but I've criticized him as well. So, like Lawrence Jackson, hey, shout out to you, man. But I'm not as passionate as you are, man. So I give him his props. I give him his props. Has he hit 600 yet? Because a few like 30 minutes ago, he had like what's that thing? Almost 600. I think he needed one more.
Anyways, what's going on with the game? I gotta see if that game's over so I can upload the video. I gotta check right now.
So
I'm playing 2K right now.
Yeah, after 10 days, tomorrow I will finally be able to leave my house and do some stuff because I hated the flu. Like it made me so miserable.
I just got work to do this week. I got my bills paid, so I'm happy with that. And I just got to save money for my paycheck coming up for the game I'm going to. So yeah.
Oh man.
This next week. Yeah, next week I'm using that money to go to the game. So once I get paid on Friday.
Yep. So, Corey, I have to ask you a question. You're in Richmond, California, right?
Yes.
So I don't know because my brother, one of my brothers, told me that like the state of California, they're giving these debit cards that have money, and I didn't believe them. And then I got one in the mail, so that was weird. So I don't know if that's happened to you.
No, I haven't got nothing like that yet.
I don't. I don't know. Like I was just at my house yesterday, and then my mail came in, and they said the state of California, they gave me this stupid card. It's just like a tax refund. So I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call
IRS.
The state of California is a weird place. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep, the tax man. You go see what he's talking about.
Oh man. Yeah, because
I didn't get no debit card.
The Dolphins were 0-7 on third down conversions.
Damn.
Hey, Tua play like let's just take away the very first play of the game, that 75 yards from Trent Sherfield. You take that away, and you take away that bomb. You take away that big bomb. That's 120 yards. That if we played good defense, Tua would have had, I think, like 175 total yards and no touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly.
The defense did a really good job. The defense did a really good job. And yeah, a lot of those interceptions and turnovers were at the end of the game. But, and again, and TRL was like making fun of me. And I said, dude, I know who Tua is, and he has a good deep ball. That's all he has.
But not accuracy, right?
When he was throwing the short stuff, he was overthrowing it, underthrowing it. He was missing everything. And there was one play we had a wide receiver wide open, and the ball landed on his feet. So I'm like, So sheesh. The thing that pisses me off the most is that Kyle and John should have just done, Jimmy, we're going to release you. We'll eat the rest of your dead money. You go whatever you want. They should have brought in like a
get out of here.
What's his name? A Mariota.
What about Mr. Trubisky?
Gotta be kidding me.
In the market. What about Mr. Trubisky?
What's
he was in the market.
Tyrod Taylor, because like Anthony Lynn knows that.
Mm-hmm.
But for whatever the reason, like, and this is the thing that I was worried about, like Jimmy, Trey, and Brock Purdy were the 3 quarterbacks week 1. Trey got hurt, and that really pissed me off. Now Jimmy Garoppolo gets hurt, and now this is the situation. And again, maybe I'm just very critical. Maybe I'm just a little bit. I've seen this show before, but Brock Purdy, like if he succeeds near the end of the year, it better not be the product that he has a really good team, and we do the same thing we did with Jimmy Garoppolo in 2017. That's the thing that I'm very scared of. That's the thing that I'm very scared of because he won 5 games in a row, and he was 7-0 as a quarterback. No quarterback in NFL history got a $27.5 million. I said, wow, but why? Because stupid Don Yee, his idiot, stupid agent. You're not franchising Jimmy for $24 million. You're going to give him face value. So John Lynch and Kyle were, tied up, and they gave him the money. And I said it once that contract happened. I said Mike McGlinchey better be good because I really wanted the offensive line player that's in the Colts. I keep forgetting.
Quentin Nelson.
Yes, but the Colts picked him up with the 5th pick.
I wanted Bradley Chubb and him before Saquon. Saquon I wanted, but looking back, I wish we would have taken Josh Allen.
And also in the 2019 season, I think I was the only person that felt this way. All right, he's winning a lot of games. We're doing well. And we just kept winning. But then that Vikings game where I think he had only 19 pass attempts. He was 11 for 19. And then in the championship game where he mostly had an outstanding game. So yeah.
What I was thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, I lost what I thought.
Oh man, I'm just frustrated. I
feel you.
Hey, but I'm not gonna jump ship like that Rams fan who's now a Niner.
Daniel Barry, that was funny.
Oh, that is funny, yeah.
Oh man. Rudy must be like, how dare you, Daniel Barry? You're no longer part of the Rams.
I saw him in Rudy's stream. He didn't have the 49er symbol on.
Damn. I'm assuming he has a Dodger symbol now?
That dude changes his picture. I remember he first had an Atlanta Braves and then an Atlanta Braves player. Then he had a picture of the champions, logo of the Rams, and he always changes his picture. So it's very inconsistent.
I'm just disappointed with the lack of leadership. That's what he's platform.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, what team surprised you that this week? That surprised you that they won.
Oh, that won. I was about to say tied. I would say Washington's better than I anticipated. They're much harder than they've been in the last couple of years.
What team surprised me? I'm honestly going to say I picked the Lions to win, but I didn't think they'd win 40-14.
Yeah, me neither, but another team that surprised me to win, no, I'm not. That was a 50-50 game. Never mind. The Steelers and Falcons. Anyone could have won that. Never mind.
All right, let's see.
I'm really thinking. Probably the Raiders, I guess.
Let's see. So the Steelers are somehow salvaging their year, but the Steelers are not a good team. Falcons
they are
what they are, so I'm not surprised with both teams. The Packers, of course, and I know Michael, if he's listening, he's going to get mad at me, but you know who owns you, Michael. You know who owns you. I'm sorry to say that, but that's the fact. And you can say all the dumb thing how Seattle owns us, but whatever. Let's see. The Lions, they played really well against the Bills. They could have been 500, but they're playing the Jaguars, so I'm not surprised on that game. The Vikings, they are a better team than the Jets, even though the Jets, are 2 games over 500, and the Jets are
Hey,
having.
the Jets actually could have won that game. To be honest, I looked at the game; they could have won. It's just they messed up at the goal line.
Of course, the Giants and Commanders. That's a division matchup. Like divisional matchups, no one should ever say my team is going to win. Especially a division like the NFC East, where everyone has a winning record.
Mm-hmm.
Every game is a toss-up. That's the reason why I telling Eagles fans, you guys are going to lose 2, maybe 3 more games, so shut up. And they get mad at me.
Hey, we might be the one to actually lose to the second game. They're not going to only remain with only 1 loss. One team's going to get them.
My gut is telling me, and Eagle fans are not going to like this, that you guys can't sweep them. And I'm not saying that it's possible because divisional matchups are tough. And the last time you played Jalen Hurts, you had like 3 interceptions.
Yeah, that's when DJ was starting, but not with Jake Fromm and Mike
Now
Lennon.
you guys have that pass rusher from Oregon and a way better defensive coordinator.
Yeah, he got a sack today, and he got like 2 hits today. Yeah, he got his second sack.
I was shocked, even though they didn't win, like the Broncos, like somehow they
held them
had
to 10
the lead for like 4 quarters, and then of course the Ravens are the Ravens.
But Lamar got hurt though, so you have to add to that context. But yeah,
but the Ravens have talented players. Like Lamar cannot just be the reason why they lose. He's just one player. The Browns and Texans, I'm not surprised in that game.
No, but I agree with you. It's just
I knew they were going to beat the
caller.
Rams because the Rams are not good. Miami showed me, that they are overrated because when they play a really good defense, Tua isn't really good. I'm shocked the Bengals beat the Chiefs. I'm shocked.
I'm kind of not. I'm kind of not shocked.
That's the team that surprised me. The Bengals.
Well, then, so that brings up another question. Is Joe Burrow Patrick Mahomes' daddy?
No, Joe Burrow is just better than the best quarterback out of that 2019 class.
It depends how many times. Like, has Joe Burrow beaten him like multiple times?
Yeah, Joe Burrow's 3-0 against them all time. That's how bad it is.
Yeah,
I know. The championship game last year. I remember.
Well, 2-0. Then if you don't count the championship, he's still 2-0. Yeah, he's 2-0 against them. Yeah, he owns Mahomes.
Oh, you did not pick that off. It's on the ground.
And also, so far, he's already having a better career than Lamar. He did Lamar's entire career in 1 playoff run. So I already know he's better than Lamar. And that 1 run last year was better than anything Lamar did in his entire 3 years.
Matty Ice is walking down the field even though they got 12 minutes left and they're down 15 points.
They don't score a touchdown here, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
They have to score a touchdown.
I thought Corey was sleeping on stream. I heard snoring.
Dang, batted ball.
Yeah. It's
Micah Parsons.
My surprise.
He almost picked it.
I was surprised that they won.
Wait, who?
The Los Angeles Raiders.
Oh, the Raiders. Then again, I'm probably not because the Chargers are frauds. They almost lost to the Cardinals, but it was a 2-point conversion. It was 2 fraud teams playing. So it could have been anyone's game. For bad coaches, so yeah.
So basically, Joe Burrow has beat him in 2 regular season games and a title game. So that's 3 games that he's beat Patrick Mahomes. All right.
Yeah, that was surprised at that game. Kansas City losing.
Yeah. He did what Lamar couldn't do in that entire thing, yeah.
Oh, man.
And that's why basically Giant Station was trolling him. That's why. That video that he's better than Lamar and Josh Allen. I agree with Josh Allen because I've seen Burrow close out more games than Josh Allen this entire year.
If Joe Burrow had an offensive line, that's the thing that really hurts the Bengals because Joe Burrow, like, I can't believe I want to say this. Like, in my lifetime, there has been like 5 quarterbacks who have been number 1 talent. and basically number one was Peyton Manning. I know everyone said Eric Couch or the Couch guy who went to the Browns.
Tim Couch, yeah.
Yeah, Tim Couch. Peyton Manning was good in college. He broke records in Tennessee. Okay. Then I saw another Manning brother, Eli.
Mm-hmm.
But Eli, which is kind of weird, who was way more accomplished than his brother. And if Eli would have had a defense, and I know people are going to criticize me, I think he would have had maybe 2 more rings if he would have.
That's a fact. That is a fact. I agree with you. We didn't build no defensive line and no offensive line around.
You look at his win-loss record. After
2012,
after he won his first Super Bowl, he was a 500 quarterback, and even in the year that they won a Super, they were a 500 team. So
yeah,
he basically overall Phillip Rivers' numbers are way better than Eli Manning, but Eli Manning could have had way better accomplishments. But it is what it is. Another quarterback who I knew was really, really good, was what's his name? Matt Ryan when he was a rookie. He went 11. He went 11-5. A lot of people forget his rookie year. He went 11-5. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
I don't count Joe Flacco because he had a good running back and a good defense in the first 6-7 years of his career.
That's a fact with Ray Rice and Forrest and those dudes. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to count Cam Newton, even though he transformed the quarterback position, because he was inaccurate. He was a 61%, completion passer.
It was basically Lamar, but more bigger. That's practically what he was doing, what Lamar's doing right now.
Russell Wilson, in my opinion, was the best quarterback who was drafted in the 3rd round, who was overlooked because of his height.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Wilson, actual height, like basically if you really measure him, he is 5'11" and 7/8.
Mm-hmm. I'm the same height as him, yeah. I know.
Drew Brees is exactly 6 foot. He's exactly 6 foot. But he looks more bigger than most people. But if you've ever seen Drew Brees in person, he's not as tall as most people think.
Yeah.
Andrew Luck, I saw him play at Stanford. This guy was a 2-star recruit. And he went to a very bad offensive line, was a 59% passer, and won 11 games his rookie year. But because he didn't have an offensive line, his career really ended. And Joe Burrow, Joe Burrow reminds me of
Andrew Luck
because he's a very good quarterback. In only one college season, he broke college records. Now, yes, they had the college playoffs. They had the BCS championship game. He played the conference. So he played in about 15 games, more games than any other quarterback in one season. So the numbers are inflated a little bit. So at the end of the day, when I see a quarterback that's like very, very talented, you can tell. Like all these mock drafts experts really ticks me off. Like, what's his name? Matt Corral, whatever his name is.
Matt Corral.
He's a bust.
Yeah.
You want to know why?
He is.
They're saying this guy is the next Eli Manning. No, he's not.
Hell no.
No, he's not.
Because he went to Ole Miss? Is that what the notion is?
Yeah. Well, also
that's probably what it was.
They said that he has the same talent as Eli Manning. Yada yada. No, he doesn't.
Okay? I seen Matt Corral. He was nowhere near Eli. I've seen his tape.
Kenny Pickett is going to be a Phillip Rivers. If he's lucky, he'll be a 500 guy. Maybe have some playoff appearances, but he will be a 500 quarterback. He's probably going to be the best quarterback. Malik Willis is a Jalen Hurts.
Without an arm.
With an arm. That's about it. And that says a lot. That says a lot.
Wow.
That says a lot.
Listen, tell Jalen Hurts to win a game when he's down 4 double possessions and he doesn't have A.J. Brown to coddle him.
Well,
block point after.
But yeah, just ask that. Don't tell that to Eagle fans because that shit wasn't no point. Once they took away their weapons,
Hey,
what Jalen Hurts was forced to carry.
we will find out next year because the teams that have good records are going to be given tough schedules. So next year we will find out what's going to happen.
Yep. We play you guys. We play the entire NFC West. I know the NFC West is going to be better next year. It's not going to be the same as this year. It'll be way better moving forward.
Well, the Colts are getting spanked.
All right.
It's 40-19 right now. Colts are getting spanked.
Yeah, and this game's over. I'm glad I'm not watching it.
I'm about to get the video ready to download for my pick'ems. I already got everything done, assuming that the Cowboys would have won.
So the Niners have won 5 games in a row. We're 8-4. I'm very excited. Very, very excited. But we have, I think we have 5 more games left in the season.
Yeah.
And we'll find out if Brock Purdy, and again, Todd Bowles' defense is good. So we'll see how he does against a Todd Bowles defense.
You guys
After that, he has a short week, a Thursday night game against the Seahawks. And
that's going to be a tough
reason, even though we blew out the Seahawks week 2, the Seahawks are not that trash team that we played week 2.
Oh, no, they're not. They're not.
Then after that, we got the Commanders. I'm worried because, again, they're not a bad team.
But I have a feeling
are overrated. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry to like my. Well, he's not my brother, but I consider him a brother. I'm sorry. Your team is trash, the Raiders, and then we got the Cardinals. So, Brock Purdy. His next 2 games, we'll see what he's able to do. But then in the last 3 games, he'll have easy tests. So we'll see what happens. And again, like I'm trying to be optimistic, but I've seen this show before, and
I understand. Yeah, I will say,
hello,
Washington. Yeah, you guys. I think you guys should handle Washington.
Earlier. Anthony,
you guys should be able to handle Washington just because you have a better defense than us right now, and also as long as you find the rhythm on offense, you'll be set.
Yeah. Now, Anthony, I will say this: Nick Mullins.
That's true.
I will say this: Nick Mullins and Beathard did not have, the players that are on this team. So maybe Purdy, and again, I'm not saying Brock Purdy is the answer. So first, let's not crown him already. The next, Montana, let's not do that.
Yeah.
But if he could just ride the ship and keep us afloat, we'll see what happens. But in the playoffs, we're going to play the top teams in our conference. Then we'll see. We'll see. But Brock Purdy has that great word I like, the intangibles. And even though he had an interception, did get sacked twice.
Intangibles?
Yeah,
you know what that means, right?
It's the definition of this quarterback is a professional NFL quarterback. That's what the definition is.
And you know what that means? He can be coached. That's what it also means. Under a good system, he can be taught and coached to his utmost potential.
But it's so sad. And again, like I don't want to open up wounds.
Yep, there's the PI.
I don't want to open up wounds, but week 2, our future quarterback, the future Trey Lance, gets hurt. And then Jimmy Garoppolo, he gets hurt. What are the odds that when the season started, that was going to happen? I'm buying a lottery ticket tomorrow. Even though I goof around, I'm buying lottery tickets, because this is not something that happens normally.
This is just a small 1 in a million chance this type of stuff happens.
Because did any 49er fan think that Trey Lance was going to get hurt?
They're sniffing glue. And
we knew, Jimmy, he has injury history, but
every time he got hit, I was always nervous.
And I said it, and I said it, and I don't want to be happy that this came true. I said this offensive line was going to be a problem for Trey and Jimmy Garoppolo. And no, our line is good. Brendo's good. McGlinchey's, Kyle.
Like Burrow, he has weapons around, but the line doesn't work. They're no better than the Bengals on offense. It's practically the same thing.
Like Trent Williams,
just a better defense.
Trent Williams on Friday practice, his back, I don't know what happened, but they said his back was hurt. I was like, oh my gosh.
You guys are practically the Bengals just with a better defense. That's practically it. And that's not enough because they have skill position players just with a bad offensive line.
Hold on. Our offensive line is better than the Bengals. Come on now.
No, I'm just saying. I didn't say they were better now. I just said they're both struggling. That's all I said. I didn't say better. Don't get it twisted. I'm just saying they're struggling. But you guys have a way better defense than the Bengals, so that's why. And the same amount of skill position players.
Man. I don't know if anyone. Well, I know YTC because he doesn't know this, but the 95-7 the game, the Butcher Boy, he's from Excelsior in San Francisco. You could tell he's from Excelsior. That area is it's a blue collar neighborhood. You could tell the people over there. And the Butcher Boy, one time he posted a video on his Twitter, and I don't follow the Butcher Boy, but he's the same way as I am. He says, I've been a 49er fan in San Francisco, California. I've been fortunate to get a job at 95.7 the game, which is a dream of a kid that grew up in that neighborhood. And he's living his dream. He's probably getting paid good money for that radio show. Now, he works from 6 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock. So and he says, the Niners since he tells his partner on the show, since Mariucci and that team is gone, we've been a laughingstock in the NFL, and that's why San Francisco 49ers. And again, he's not taking shots at if you don't live here. Why we hold this team in a high standard and we criticize every little thing. And one thing that he says was, we all know Jimmy is who he is, but Kyle, you basically tell the media how good this dude is, how great he plays. That's the thing that annoys me from Kyle. What are you seeing that everyone who's watching the 49ers games, what does he do that he's so damn good? And that's the thing why I think me and the Butcher Boy that's probably the only thing I would agree with him. Because he says a lot of things I disagree with, but what are you seeing, Kyle? Or are you just that arrogant? But again, let me digress because, it looks like...
Now, do anybody know how's Brock Purdy's deep ball throwing?
He had a lot of dimes to Jawan Jennings. I'll tell you that much from what I saw.
I will say this. He didn't really throw a lot of deep stuff, but he really, really made some really crucial throws. There was a throw that he threw to I hope it was Kittle. I could be wrong, but he threw a ball to Kittle where Kittle was double covered. He was double covered.
Yeah.
And he threw a good ball. But my favorite throw is where Brock Purdy, I think late in the third quarter or early in the fourth quarter, where the pocket breaks down on Trent Williams' side. And the first thing Brock Purdy does was run. And Brock Purdy had 5 yards of open space, and he could have ran and got the first down. But instead, he stayed behind the line of scrimmage and saw Debo 10 to 15 yards down the field, and he threw the ball to him. And that's the thing that I tell, Kyle, what happened to the play action? Why is Jimmy in the shotgun? Because for those who've played football, everyone says, John Jay, why is play action so good? Because I coach. The quarterback pretends to give the ball to the running back, which allows the linebackers to run in to the runner. Well, when the quarterback rolls out, the linebackers have to reset. So the short passes, the 5 to 10 yard windows, you throw the ball and there's no linebackers there. That's why the play action is so good. But when you have a wide open receiver down the field and you survey the field, Jimmy made a big mistake. We could have had a touchdown where he threw the ball. The ball got tipped away, almost intercepted. And Brandon Ayuk was wide open, 4 yards away from the touchdown. So, play action. It works really well.
Whoa.
Anyway,
Bring in, dude. Karen Rodgers is washed, bro. I don't want him.
And also, here's the thing: having a good play action also depends on how good you can run the ball. Because if you're putting fear into the teams of you running the ball to implement threat that you can run the ball, it forces teams to stack the box and leave a lot of vulnerable coverage in the middle open for you to check down to.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's also good for third and short. It's also good for short down situations because if they're expecting you to run, you can just get a quick flat route to the tight end or a running back out and get a quick first down if you want to keep the drive alive.
Like
How do y'all feel about what Anthony is saying?
No, Rodgers is washed.
Said, we still good. I think the Niners need bring in Roger next year.
Nah, I wouldn't.
First of all, even though Aaron Rodgers next year will be 39 years old,
he's washed. Don't waste your time.
The Packers are not going to take anything less than one first-round pick. We don't have a first-round pick until next year. So we would have to get another future first-round pick, and the Packers are not going to take that deal.
Yeah. Why would you waste the first-round pick on an aging quarterback?
Do the Niners have $50 million? Because that's how much Aaron Rodgers' contract is going to cost. And if we get Aaron Rodgers, Bosa is gone. Because guess what? Bosa is going to reset the market. TJ Watt or whoever the number one pass rusher is making $30 million per season. Nick Bosa has earned that type of contract. He's not going to take anything less. We have to pay Emmanuel Mobley. I know he's not going to cost a lot, but he'll probably ask for $10 million because he's been really consistent. We have to pick one linebacker, so we're going to lose Azeez or Dre Greenlaw. I think Azeez is going to be – so we have to plan for that. What about Mike McGlinchey? Are they going to give him a 1-year, cheap contract to prove himself next year, or are they going to let him walk? The Niners have a lot of free agents that we have to focus on. Jawan Jennings is a free agent, and he doesn't want a tender. He doesn't want a team. He wants out because when he was offered his contract, he waited 30 days before he signed it. He was that angry. He's playing for a contract. So
he is.
$50 million. If we had that money, we could pay all those guys the money that they want.
Yeah.
Well, no disrespect, but Aaron Rodgers.
You know where to come if you don't want.
And Aaron Rodgers made it clear last year, I am not on a rebuild. I'm here to win. The Packers are not making the playoffs. I'm calling it right now. And Aaron Rodgers, I'm not going to miss another year older with a trash team. I'm gone. So that's probably what's going to happen to Rodgers. Or he'll continue to collect the money and he'll play for the money. Aaron Rodgers.
Look, the Packers, if they cut or trade Aaron Rodgers, it's a $98 million cap hit.
Yeah.
They're not going to do it.
Yeah, and again, the dead money, they're basically going to have no money. Even though the salary cap is moving up next year, they're not going to have any money. So
it'll be below the cap.
Retires, or he plays out that contract for at least another year, and then they can restructure the last year 3, year 4. So, it is what it is.
I was listening. Yesterday, I was listening to the Raiders broadcast. Raider YouTuber, and they was talking so much smack about the 49ers. They was like, they were saying to me, "Oh, you Niners not gonna be able to afford pay Nick Bosa." I said, "We will."
And why did he say you won't be able to buy him?
Okay, they said he thinking that we gonna keep Jimmy G.
Jimmy G you're not paying Jimmy G. He's done after this year. There's no way. You guys are paying Bosa though. Ain't no way. You guys will probably pay Bosa anyway, so. Plus, why would you give a $50 million for an aging quarterback when you can allocate $50 million towards building the offensive line around the quarterback?
another
Well,
combo.
it is official. The Hall of Fame special committee, Barry Bonds will not be in the Hall of Fame.
Damn.
Mm.
That sucks to hear. Oh,
Yep. I bet you if Barry Bonds was like more like for those who have never watched the Giants, Barry Bonds was the real definition of an asshole. He would argue with people because he felt he was really better than everybody. You know, he had a lot of domestic issues with. Barry Bonds was married twice. His first wife and him had problems, and the media, you know, here take the side of the woman because Barry Bonds had his issue, and that's the reason why like when Barry Bonds was in the locker room, like reporters were very careful how they asked the question because the dude can snap at any moment, because that's who he was. But there are people who respect Barry Bonds in the media. It's just that some reporters who cover him outside of the Bay Area and outside of California always had this perception. This guy was a bad dude, bad personal life, bad teammate, always arguing, felt he was better than everybody. Of course, the Balco situation. So, yeah. But Barry Bonds, at least the Giants recognize what he did. So, at least he's a member of the Giants Hall of Fame.
Mm.
Hey, steroids made baseball great. I don't care what anyone says.
Well, like I said, my sport was baseball. But I talk 49ers football. I played baseball. I wish I could tell you the million stories from my pee-wee days, middle school, and high school days, and then amateur or semi-professional adult leagues where it was like these paid sponsor tournaments from when I was like 6 years old to when I was like 24, 25. Playing baseball, I can tell you all the fun stories and stories I should not even tell you guys because things that we did, are not meant for YouTube. But baseball has always had an era of cheating. Like in between 1910 and 1925, they banned the curveball because the curveball was hard to hit. Eventually, the league, allowed the curveball.
No. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also,
Sorry.
in baseball, there's a thing called tipping, where you would tip the other team's call, and you would tell your pitcher or you would tell your hitter. Eventually, that was banned, but for a while, tipping used to be. So what tipping is basically like if you're sitting in the far end corner and you're able to see the catcher tell like what the pitcher is throwing, you call time and you tell the batter what they're throwing, so then they know to swing or not to swing, and the other team will do the same thing. It was called tipping. That happened again between like the 1910s to the 1940s before they banned that. But early baseball used to have a lot of cheating. In 1961, the pitcher's mound was 16 inches, and there was a pitcher from the St. Louis Cardinals who was striking out everybody, has the lowest ERA 1.12, and because he was so good, they lowered the pitcher's mound to 13 inches, and he was never the same pitcher. So baseball has had a reputation of always having cheating, cleaning during the days, and also before steroids and supplements, there were certain products to enhance, your muscle growth. So there's always been cheating in baseball. It's just that the steroid era, they really went after these guys because they had a personal issue with some of the players. That's why Roger Clemens will never be in the Hall of Fame, because Roger Clemens was a great pitcher, and when he went to the Yankees, they hated him. They hated him, and that's why they're not going to put him in the Hall of Fame because they had an issue with that. Oh, you betrayer! You left Boston. Whatever. Gary Sheffield was a bad teammate. He hated his teammates, but he was a good player. Always with character issues. Barry Bonds, the same thing. So a lot of the players who are not, it's because they did not play by the rules. But anyway, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My bad, Corey. I can be a chatter sometimes.
Let me see. Well, Dallas won this game. It's 47-19.
Yeah, it's one of those. You guys should have a mercy rule type of thing.
Sheesh.
They're gonna get a letter from the competition committee for unsportsmanlike conduct. No, that's actually, believe it or not, that's something that happened. It was high school sports. So someone I know and talk to a lot. His nephew is on a high school team, and this is the playoffs, right? And they beat the other team like 63-12, which, this happens during high school football, right? And within 2 days, they got a letter from the competition committee saying that was unsportsmanlike conduct, and they suspended all the juniors and seniors for the next playoff game.
What high school is this?
This is in Texas.
7th seed. They put
Yeah,
right now in the 7th seed.
Is that ridiculous?
Have you ever watched what's that?
What's up, Shifty? Long time no see. What's up, man?
So I remember when we had an employee who was from Washington D.C. and we were watching this flag football, like it was a flag football like Netflix special where they talk about Pee Wee football in Texas, and there was one episode where there was a Pee Wee football team that was like a developmental, like they were like developing, and they were playing one of the top teams in the state of Texas. At halftime, the score was 35-0. And one of the parents from the other team went to the coach. He said, "Dude, we're not at your level. Why are you running it down our throats?" And the coach was like, "This is Texas. We don't do no mercy rule." Then in the kickoff, the team that has 35 points, one of the players knocks a child out. Basically, one of these kids that are basically 8 years old, these peewees, because knocks one of the kids from the team that's, blowing out. And then the coach and the father go after the coach of the team. And he's like, "Wait, you said this is Texas football, that you guys go hard. Now you guys are complaining?" He said, "No, it's about the safety of the kids. You said that you're going to blow us out. You had no mercy on us. Now you get mad because we did a legal move." And then the father and the coach of the team that was blowing out the other team, they got kicked out. And then the other team came back. But the final score was 42-28. So the other team came back a little bit. So in Texas, I'm a little bit shocked, but yeah, that's how it is. And me and this guy from Washington D.C. was like saying, I said, "Well, that kid did get knocked his brains out, and it's an 8-year-old kid. I know it's Pee Wee." He says, "I'm from Washington D.C. We play like that. We do it with no helmets, and we do it in the back alleys of the streets, and we land on concrete, and we get back up." And I'm like, God damn. Oh, man. Never thought I would ever say that story.
Oh, it's worse. It's worse. It's 54-19 now.
Damn.
Oh, jeez.
Just throwing the towel already, but yeah. God damn it. Washington, D.C.
Just turn the game off, and who cares?
Seattle just got.
Anyway,
Did y'all see the playoff picture?
Yeah, I saw the playoff picture. Yeah, Seattle got the. What did they get? The 6th seed?
I think it's 7.
Oh yeah, I forgot we have one less loss than them. Even though we have the same amount of wins, we have one less loss. So they gave us the 1.5 tiebreaker for now.
Yeah,
We're still the 6th seed
yeah,
because we have one less loss. So yeah, 7-4 is better than 7-4-1 is better than 7-5. So that's why. So
yeah.
Washington just got bumped out, but yeah, for now at least.
Oh man, Shifty's in the building. All right.
He was. I think he's gone because it says viewers, 0 viewers. Um, I was gonna invite him to come on in here, Shifty, but
All right.
I think
So
he's
as
gone.
it stands, so the AFC, the Bills have won, Kansas City's 2, and even though Baltimore is 8-4, and the Bengals, due to basically strength of schedule. Oh no, the Ravens have a better division record. That's why they're in first place. So basically, Buffalo, Kansas City, Baltimore, Tennessee are winning the division. Cincinnati, Miami, and the Jets and the Patriots are out of the playoffs. That would be funny. And then on the NFC, the Eagles are still number 1. Minnesota, 49ers, Tampa Bay, they're under 500, which is that's how bad that division is. I did not know it was going to be this awful. The Cowboys, the Giants, and the Seahawks. So the Commanders are outside looking in. Oh, wow. Bears are eliminated from any playoff opportunity.
oh wow,
Sorry, Michael.
I thought that happened weeks ago, but okay.
Jeez. So if the Rams lose their next game, then the Rams are going to be also eliminated.
Hold on, they're not.
They're not eliminated yet.
No way.
All right. The Broncos are about to be eliminated from the playoffs. Sad. The Jaguars are better. The Jaguars, the Colts, and the Steelers, and the Browns and the Raiders.
Hey, you just brought up something. So the Broncos gave their first round pick to Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
So Seattle's going to get an early first round pick now.
Okay, so right now, hold on. The Texans have the number 1 pick. Due to the Bears being eliminated, the Bears have the number 2 pick in the draft. The Seattle Seahawks are going to be picking in the top 5. Wow. Wow.
So right now, I'm 9,
Seattle,
4-1
mm-hmm.
for this week. I'm 9, 4-1.
Seattle is going to have Seattle's going to have a top 5. So it was going to be so funny. So basically, they're still going to get their top 10 pick because people thought they were going to be awful, but it's the other way around. So basically, the Seahawks are going the right direction. They're doing it with Geno Smith. If I'm Pete Carroll, and again, I don't like the Seahawks, but I'm being impartial. You build a defense this draft. You build a defense this draft, and then next year you get that quarterback because Geno Smith, he's earned one more year, in my opinion. And that's really hard for me to get out of the taste of my mouth to give credit to the Seahawks.
Oh, yep. Come on. So, like I said, I'm planning on hopefully my money's right at the end of the season. I'm planning on whoever has the highest score in the pick'ems, whoever I'm planning on giving them prize. So like right now I'm 109, but I'm not included in this. But I'm just showing you. I'm 109, 75, and 2. But I would not be
Yeah.
included. It'll be
Speaking of
just at
pickums,
the
yeah, I
top.
just uploaded my video right now, and that's why I was muted. But yeah, I finally got it uploaded. I was just putting the tags right now, copy and pasting tags. But yeah, I got my win record over there. If you want to keep track, that's where I keep track of my win record.
Well, I'm not going to win because I've missed the last 2 weeks, and I missed the first 4 weeks of the season.
Mm-hmm. Right now, I'm currently at 113 right now in wins. So yeah, I already cracked 900 wins today.
I gotta.
All time.
I'm gonna try to add mine up before the stream Wednesday.
But yeah, I already cracked my win total, my 900 wins. I'm only 100 wins away now from 1,000 total wins since my career started on YouTube. Only 100 away.
So Brian and Dina,
1,000
y'all hear
wins
this?
already, yeah.
Make sure you keep up with your scores and add them all up.
Also, does this game end at 19 to 54? That's a new scoreagami now. I just Googled it now.
Mm-hmm.
Another scoreagami, 19 to 54. Another unique title that's never happened, you know. The 174th unique final score victory.
All right. Well, I don't know how long you're going to be on, Corey, but I'm going to leave a little bit early.
Yeah, I'm about to get off. It's
Yeah.
over an
Yeah.
hour and a half.
I gotta start setting up for, yeah. I got
Um,
shit to do, but yeah, I'll holler at you guys.
All right, later, YTC.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for coming on.
Always a pleasure. See you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, John Jay. I'm
All
thankful
right,
for coming
Corey and
on.
David. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm gonna have a dinner. I'm gonna go to bed a little earlier. Plus tomorrow I'm gonna wake up. I know I'm a football fan, but I'm supporting the other football, the one you kick with your foot only. So I want to be up early for that. Peace.
And
All right, later, John Jay.
I'll be on live Wednesday.
All right, Curry. It's always
Yep.
fun to be on here, dude. You know, I always have fun here. Thanks for having me, and I will. I'll add up my record and see where I'm at on the season before Wednesday's stream. Hopefully, I'm up there with you and YTC. But my 1 week while I was 4-12 probably hurt pretty bad. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but all right, buddy. I
All
will
right.
see you Wednesday. You have a good night and go 49ers.
Yep. Go 49ers. All right. Thank you for all the people that came in today. Thank you for all the views in the chat. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Niner Gang with Kaz. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Platform. Thank you, Brian Cup. And I thought I blocked them trolls. Thank you, CG, for coming in the chat. I thought I blocked the trolls. They came in again. Let me do it now. Block them now. see. Yeah, I want to block them. Okay. I hope I blocked them. I thought I blocked them. It says blocked. Maybe they blocked. Okay, I hope so. Yeah, thank you, Damon Lee. And I hope y'all hit that like button. And I'm out of here.